Okay, good morning, everyone. So, I'm Mousumi Biswas here. I have been teaching biology since 3.5 years now. And today, I'm going to discuss on the topic about active learning strategies, how we can incorporate active learning strategies in our syllabus. So, first, let's see what are the things we are going to learn or discuss today. That is the traditional teaching method, active learning strategies, in how we can incorporate the technology in teaching, what are the benefits if we use this, and how we can implement it. Okay, so these are the few important which we are going to discuss, and so that we can apply this in our classroom. So, first, I guess everyone is aware of what is active learning strategies are. It's like it's not only the monotonous way of teaching in the class, that is like only just go with the book and chalk and board and just teaching them continuously. Okay, whatever it is there in the book, just learn it and come. It will not give that impact. But instead, if we are using active learning strategies, the student will be able to remember the concept for longer period of time, and even they can apply and use it. They will not have a question that why we are even reading this, where we are even using it. So, active learning strategies basically clear out the mind of a student that why we are reading this particular topic and where they can use it in their life. So with the time, you can see the education system is changing, and even the research have proved that active learning strategies give like it what we can say, it can it gives a proper clarification of the topic, and the student get more involved in the subject. So first we'll see the traditional teaching method, which were the earlier in the schools or institution it was used. The first one, you can see the lecture-based instruction, where the teacher just go and take one topic and finish it up. That's it. It was only a teacher-centric method was used to be used. Next, textbook, the teacher will teach from the textbook, and she will or he will say that okay, just read this particular topic and mug it up and just come and give the exam. That's it. They will only know whatever it is there inside the book, and not they cannot they are unable to think outside of the book. Memorizing technique is like I have seen in most of the schools, they are using this, like for especially for the lower grades, where they'll just give the 5 question, you have to learn this, the same 5 questions will come in the exam. But that will not create that will not give them a proper idea of any particular topic, and they will just memorize it, write it in the exam, and the next day they will forget it. That's it. Then what are the challenges is like it is very monotonous, and students hardly have any interest in their studies or any particular topic. Next, move on to the what are the main component of active learning strategies. There are basically three important component of active learning strategies, that is engagement, reflection, and application. See, when we go to the class, it is very important to uh, keep the student engaged. That is, if we can engage the student, or if we can create the interest in that particular topic or the subject, automatically they will be able to concentrate and learn the topic in better way. Then comes the reflection part, where the student, if a student is interested in particular topic, they will be able to reflect the subject what they have learned. That is, like, they'll question to themselves, okay, what is the meaning of this particular thing, what is the meaning of this, have I understood this? So they can reflect and they will understand the whole scenario in their brain, that okay, this is the thing and this is how it works. Then application is very important, which actually shows that the student have understood the particular topic or not. Okay, like, if I give you example of, I'm a biology teacher, so I'm teaching about part of a flower. So I'm telling and I'm giving everyone a flower. See, these are the different parts. This is anther, this is stigma, and this is ovary, this is petals, this is sepals. They will learn. So when they will go, or they'll go to their home, they will see a flower. They will start to interrogate about, okay, this is petal, and they're going to tell to their parents also, see mom, this is petal, this is sepal, this is stigma. So this is, and why they have pollen grains, how they do the fertilization. This all will make sense to them when we teach them, or make like create interest in them. Next come, this is the main important part, that is active learning strategies. These are the few active learning strategies which I have mentioned in this slide, but there are many more. Okay, so there we can see the first one is like think, pair, and share. Here, this is one of the thing we can incorporate in our class, or we can use this thing in our class, is that will teach one topic and will ask to them, so what do you think about this particular topic? They will discuss with their benchmate or their best friend, and once they are clear with the thing, they are going to discuss the whole thing with the more number of people in their class. And likewise, they will come with one answer, and they'll come to the teacher that, ma'am, see, we have found the answer of this, and just clear us whether this is correct or not. Like that, they will remember thing. They don't have to mug up the thing. They can create their own answer during the exam, and they will also remember this for um, longer period of time. Then three-step interview is also a very interesting one of the strategies, where after teaching the class, what you can do is just tell to the student, then just, make 5 question or 3 question everyone, bring it tomorrow or now. What you can do is, they will bring the question, they will discuss among themselves, they will interview with their own peer, and they will ask the question, and they'll get the answer. And what they'll do, as a teacher, we only have to analyze it. If they get any wrong answer, we just have to clear it. Like that, they will have an interest, and the class will be very interactive. Next, come to the case study. Case study is important, very very important, I guess, for every subject, where the student can actually relate the concept them. Like, for example, like, I'm a biology teacher, so I was teaching about the diabetes. It was in a chapter, some food and health, where I was teaching them how the eating bad food or junk food can lead you to the diabetes process. And they were like, ma'am, my father is having diabetes, he's having this kind of lifestyle and that kind of lifestyle. I have told them to change their lifestyle. So this is how they can relate. And if we give them a case study, so they can relate it and understand the thing in a better way. Okay, then role playing activities, the muddiest point. Okay, here the muddiest point is where it is like a group discussion, where we will give a topic and they will discuss among themselves. role playing activities we can do. Then problem based learning, here we'll give a problem to a kids. After this, all we can do after teaching a topic at last, we can do all these activities to so that they can be very much clear with the topic. And then we can use problem based learning, where we'll give them a certain kind of problem or the questions or a situation, and just we have to notice that how every kid or each kid is replying, or what kind of uh, thing that is going inside their brain, and we want them to expressive about this particular problem. In this problem based learning, you will see what like how creative the student can be. Then simulation and gasification, here we have to stimulate the student with the different topics, and will get the result out of it. Then peer teaching is one of the good way, um, where I have seen a student can learn in a very better manner from their peers actually. Just if they discuss the topic among themselves, they are like very clear about the topic. Then interactive quizzes and polls, this is like very good, where we can create we have different apps also, where we can use we just have to give the content, and the app will give produces all different kind of quizzes for the kids. Then experiential learning, here we can introduce them to the different the different things we use in the labs, um, to get different kind of result. There we can take to the student we can take student to the lab, and teach them that how the different experiments have done and why it is done. And this thing will clear out their doubts, and they will understand things more in practical way. Brainstorming session is one of them, which is really important for a student to understand. And to make them understand, we have to clear all their doubt, and then we can ask the question which is not direct. It should be so that their critical thinking process can improve. Next is field trip and site visit. This is like even student enjoy a lot. In the field trip, they can learn about different kind of plants, different animals, their habitats, and how the whole ecosystem work. All this thing we can work on different topics for this. So these were the few active learning strategies which are like really you can use it in every class and every day for this the for the better development of the student. Okay, next move to the next, that is how we can incorporate technology in teaching. See, after especially after COVID, we are like, at least in India, we are using technologies more and more. um in teaching or in education after this online thing started. So here first one is like visual lab. These are very good because for the smaller kid, we cannot take, sometime it is not possible to take them to the lab, or a few school doesn't have that particular facilities. In that way, we can take them to the virtual lab and make them understand how the reactions happen, how we can prepare a slide, and what are the different kind of chemicals or different kind of things we are using. And we should show them how the experiments are done, so that their curiosity increases in virtual lab, and moreover they will be safe also. Next, online simulations is where we can give different kind of questions to them. They can solve it in the online, they can solve it in the home, we can give them as a homework, and they will be active also. As you know, nowadays kids are like really interested in phone. So instead of looking through the videos or the games which are unnecessary, they can play this kind of games where the games which is related to their subject. This should be created by the teachers herself. Okay, then interactive apps we can use it, and then we can use the different digital sources to make them understand the thing in a better way. That is, I guess, in most of the schools and all of the schools, the what we call online classes is done, and we are using most of the powerpoints and videos to make them understand the whole process, especially the lower classes, who it will their visualization will be they can sorry, they can be like, they can imagine the whole process in a better way and for the better understanding. Next, we'll see what is the benefit of active learning. What are the different benefits? So first, the like most of the benefits only we can observe here. That is increased student engagement. That is very very important. As we know, students are full of energy, and they have to use that energy during the classes. So the moment like all the teacher can relate to this, the moment you complete one topic and you give pause for even 2 seconds, the student get distracted and they start talking here and there. So this is very important to engage them, like that 45 minute, to engage them in a proper way, so that they can they can get interest in that particular topic. Okay, so student engagement is very important, and it also increase the time. Now improve retention of knowledge, it also improve the capacity of holding the particular knowledge is more, because in the research also it is found that the when you see any concept visually with your eye, or by doing any active activities, the brain can hold the memory for a longer period of time. The neurons works in a better way, and they can use that knowledge in the exam. They don't have to read again and again, and they can get good marks, and later on also they can use this knowledge. Now enhanced critical thinking skill, this is important, and they can think out of the box. Not only there are few students, they only know what is there inside the book, and the student and there are the few students, they can know how to apply this thing outside and create something very beautiful. Now a real world application of concept, yeah, and because we have to make student understand that why we are teaching you this, or why you are learning this, so that this whatever you are learning in the book, it has everything has come from the world only, that and they have to use all this thing once they complete their education. Next is how we can implement it in the school or any institute is training for educators. This is very, very important. As we know that every day or every year, the teaching pattern is improving or changing, and to use that in a very what we can say in very better way in the class, it is very important the educator or the teacher should be trained, and so that they can use these strategies in a better manner in the class. Then creating interactive lessons plan, yeah, so the lesson plans is very very important. So whenever we are making any plan for any class, we should keep in a mind that we can at least incorporate 3 to 4 active learning strategies in them. Then adapting curriculum for active learning, so we have to like design the curriculum in that way where active learning process can be done. Then assessment strategies for active learning, see whatever we are teaching, we have to give them different kind of assessment where they can create interest and do all sort of topic clearly, and we can even take exams so that we can understand that they have understand the topic in a very better way. Then, what are the challenges generally we see during active learning strategies? First is student hesitancy. See, in a class, we will have different kind of students. Like few students will be like very active, few will be not, and few will be very shy, and few will they'll be hesitant that if I will say this, they'll make fun of me or this kind of thing. So one or the other student will left behind for some other reason. So as a teacher we should take care of these kind of student more. We should uh, focus on these kind of student who are not very social in the class. We need to take care of this student and bring their capabilities out. Then lack of collaboration, few students will be not at all interested in doing any kind of thing. So as I said, we need to concentrate on this kind of student more. Than running out of time, every teacher can relate this. We have to complete our syllabus on time, and it is actually like practically it is very difficult to incorporate all the strategies in like mm in every class. So at least not every class also you can keep thing like after completing every topic, we can use one of the strategy in our classes. Okay, or in a week, in like you can take any week, like Wednesday we are going to do this kind of activity, or Saturday, or Monday. You can keep in a week 1 or 2 days to do this kind of activity, and slowly you can incorporate daily also. So, what we can conclude with this is that active learning is like really helpful for the student, and we have to remember one thing also, that as I told you before, that not all the students are same. 50% will be or 50 or 80% student will get benefit from this, or few will be not, maybe. Because we have discussed many strategies, but not all the strategies will be very effective for the student. Every individual student is different. One will work for one student, another will that same strategy will not work for the next student. Okay, so we have to figure it out which one works more in your particular class, or which works for our class. So this is basically try and error method you can do in your class, so that you can get the better result out of it. So I hope you are like clear with the strategies and how you can incorporate it. I'm sure that I have clearly explained it, and I would like to conclude my topic here. And if you have any question, please you can ask me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Mousumi.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you can stop sharing your screen so that we can have a better view of you, please. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Just give me a second.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
can you see? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So I have received a couple of questions here on my WhatsApp. So
Yeah,
those I will read out to you along with my questions.
yeah,
Okay.
sure. Yeah,
So
ma'am.
um, it's similar questions only. Actually, most of the questions are already covered by you.
Okay.
Teachers wants to they want to know if you can elaborate on how active learning strategies can be integrated into a traditional teaching based classroom.
Yeah, ma'am. It is like what you can do is, like, when you prepare a topic, you just prepare few questions also for them. And if you can take any visual, if you can prepare any chart, for example, it can be anything, like kingdom or classification of animal or kingdom of animal. So prepare a chart in that. Okay, and then teach in that way, where the student will be able to remember it. And in that chart only you can make a fill in the blanks pattern and distribute that to the student. And you just tell them to, okay, just discuss the kingdom which will come, or fill the particular blank for you. And they will discuss it, they will learn, and they will write it. This is one of the, like, example which I'm giving you, so you
Okay.
can use in that. Yeah, and more if you're using visual, like chart, if you use chart, if you use role play. Role playing can be used in traditional method as well, like in English subject you say, or if you say in science you can say. So for example, if you I'll give you one of the example. If you are if a teacher is teaching about cell, so you just tell to the student that this is a class, this class is a cell. Okay, and the student, you can give different name of a organelle to the student. Okay, you are what we call nucleus, you are a mitochondria, you are a Golgi apparatus. And just then you can do the role play thing with them, so they will understand the topic very well.
Right. So, ma'am, how do you measure this effectiveness of active learning strategies in improving student outcomes?
So, effectiveness, how we can say, measure it, that, ma'am, if we, when we are teaching, just first thing you have to observe how the student are showing interest or not. Okay, how their curiosity level is increasing in every class or not, or they are, if their curiosity increases, if they're asking more and more question. And if they're asking you, tell, ma'am, I have did the same thing in my home, and the what we call, the result was this. Okay, and yeah, like, eventually you will see the student are getting more marks. And
Yeah.
you will see in the answer that they're showing their creative writing in the answers. Like, they'll not write whatever written in the book, they will make their own answers. Like that, the small thing you have to observe it.
Okay. So, what role does student feedback play in refining this active learning approaches, ma'am, and how should it be collected?
Yeah, see, feedback is very important. So you can definitely, because feedback, see, I have told you that what we call this, the different strategies, not all the strategies work for every student. We have to keep on changing the different strategies, just to observe that whether this strategy works more in my class, or the different one works more in my class.
Mhm.
Okay, ma'am. So, and the student will only come to you and let you know, ma'am, okay, this one works for me and that doesn't work for me. So, that's how you can differentiate it, ma'am.
Okay. So, one interesting question, ma'am, from an educator, from a previous speaker. So, she's asking these days, like, most of the schools, most of the teachers, we deal with a less student count classroom, right?
Yeah,
So, most of the schools, they don't prefer like a larger student, count in the class. They divide them into sections. But
yeah.
how can active learning strategies be adapted for large classes with a high student to teacher ratio?
Yeah, so that is why I said, see, in India, the population is really high. So, and normally we'll have at least 35 students is there in the class, or I have seen more students also in the class. So,
Yes.
in that situation, what I would suggest is, like, just divide student, like, divide the student in a group. Like, you can take two groups. Okay, and definitely you cannot use the active learning strategies every day. Okay, so what you can do is like within I as I told you earlier also, you can at least keep two session in a week where you will do the active learning strategy. Okay,
Mhm.
anything. So just divide a group, and one group, and one of the group you can give any other activity like role play or brainstorming. Okay, and the other one you can use the interview process. Okay,
Mhm.
so likewise you can do with the small cluster you make, and in a week take 2 days, 2 days or 3 days, which you prefer, and you can incorporate. Yeah, every day it is not possible practically because the
True.
number of student is more because we have to complete our syllabus as well.
Right, ma'am. Yeah. So you are a biology teacher, and are there any other subject areas or topics where active learning is particularly challenging to apply? If so, how can these challenges be addressed?
Okay, like you are asking, matlab, any other
Another
sub.
subject, or say if it can be another subject or a particular topic in biology, anything you can mention.
Okay, if so, can you? I didn't get your question. Can you repeat it again?
Okay, like leave about the other subject. Any topic where you cannot apply active learning.
Hmm.
Okay, where you face a challenge on any
Hmm.
topic,
Hmm.
where you cannot apply active learning, method. So how can you overcome this challenge?
Okay, so how we can overcome this challenge is basically, if any topic is like really critical and we don't have the source for that, in that way, the easiest way is that make that particular topic in a what we called in a table form. Okay,
Okay.
make a table form, and one by one one by one teach the topic and ask to the student what I have taught you. Just say like whether you have what you have understood from this. Okay, this is a basic thing we actually do in everywhere. So if active learning is not possible in this way, we can use this. Like we can ask the student, okay, just this is a small one, small topic, just tell me about this. If a student is able to answer, then you can move to the other one. And once you are complete with the whole topic, okay, in a table manner, just ask them or tell them to discuss it in a group, that what you have understood it. You
Right,
got it?
right, right.
What
So
I'm trying to say is,
yes, yes, ma'am. I hope the educators are listening to all these tips and tricks and all that. The last
yeah.
question from the same educator who was concerned about the large count, student count in the classroom. So she's
Yeah.
asking, what are some low cost or no cost active learning strategies that can be used in under-resourced schools? She's
Yeah.
from a
So,
government school, or a less funded school, or I don't know the thing. Yeah.
yeah. So, ma'am, one thing we can do is earlier we used to do that, make everything in a chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So nowadays everything is online. So when the resources are not available, it's a very simple way. Uh, Draw everything in a chart. Make a whole strategy in a chart so that student can also see the whole process. Okay.
Oh,
As we know, visualization will give you uh, uh, no visual. If you see anything, the thing will incorporate in your brain for a longer period of time. So if
yes.
you make everything in a chart, and whatever available, like in biology thing I'm telling you, whatever available near to you, like for example, if you're teaching about a plant or a flower, okay, you can take out from the outside. Then I'll tell you, there are few, if you want to teach the student about the practical process, but there are few instrument which is not available in the school. The whole thing you can draw in the chart, or you can take a printout, paste it in the chart, and then make and show it to the student. they will
Nice.
understand it. Okay, this is the thing, this is what we call this petri dish, we call it the other one, this is we call it as test tube, this is a microscope, है ना? So this all thing you can make in a chart. And yeah, the teacher has to do a lot of work in this, but if you make it, the student will understand it in a better way. Then one more thing you can do is you can play, you can make different kind of game which you they can play inside the class and learn it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So thanks a lot, ma'am, Miss Mosme, for the talk and for patiently answering all the questions and in detail, particularly. And we also thank the audience for participating in the event, though they couldn't attend the meeting live for any reason. They have sent me a couple of questions, and you have answered them all. We will end the session now, ma'am. Anything else you want to mention, Miss Mosme?
No, ma'am. And I'm so glad that you have invited me so that I can give my opinion or few strategies to the educators so that our education system can be improved and students should get benefit from this.
I'm sure it is beneficial. Thanks
Yeah.
again. I'll
And
stop
thank
it.
you so much, ma'am, for inviting me.
Sure. You're welcome.
Okay.